to come back in such an iconic event.
Is this a done deal? You're in? You made a deal?
Signed, delivered. It ain't a negotiation.
Wow.
It's a done deal, signed, delivered. McGregor will compete in the White House alongside the President Trump's administration. I was there in the Oval Office. I met him. I have an awareness now of the surroundings that I will face inside this house and during this event, which is very, very important for me to have that one up on my opponent. You know, I have been out of competition for many years, and I believe I have a 6-month operation ahead of me to get ready for this, to put on one hell of a show for the American people in celebration of their great birthday, 250 years of independence. We've done incredible business together. I'm the highest generating fighter of all time in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. They've just signed a breathtaking deal with Paramount, where we go to cable TV. $7.7 billion that deal was accrued for, and ready to rock, baby. Bring in the big dog, the Mac G.
So Conor McGregor, Max Holloway, part 2, guys. It's closer than you guys think. It's closer than you guys think, but the UFC could be in a bigger gamble than you guys think. This we need to talk about, guys, because it looks like the Notorious One might just be back. And it looks like the UFC is very, very close to signing the Notorious One to a very, very big payday. And if the reports are true, then his opponent could be none other than Max Holloway in a rematch, guys, more than a decade after they have fought. Isn't this wild? This is absolutely crazy, guys. But honestly, the story is way more about, it's not just about Conor McGregor returning, guys. We're talking about if this fight actually comes to fruition, it's going to tell us a lot about what's going on right now in the scene, especially when it comes to the world of the Notorious One, Conor McGregor, the UFC, the negotiations. I mean, this could be a massive, massive risk, and all of this could be going down very, very shortly, guys. I'll give you a little bit of context. I'm Shiraz. Welcome back to Duality 7X. Here we try to cover all the latest, greatest trending headlines when it comes to the world of MMA, UFC, WWE, and boxing. Now, according to multiple reports, including comments from Ariel Helwani, Conor McGregor is on the goal line of maximizing a deal to fight Max Holloway on July 11th during International Fight Week. Yes. Now, according to reports, multiple reports, especially comments on the Ariel Helwani show. Well, Ariel Helwani said that Conor McGregor is potentially closing in on a big, huge deal that will see him fight Max Holloway on July 11th on International Fight Week, guys. Now, Helwani seems pretty confident about it. He seems to be the insider when it comes to the world of MMA. And look, he was the first person to report that Conor's comeback, or Conor is making a comeback. And this is huge, guys. This is absolutely big. I mean, he doubled down by saying, look, he thinks that this is going to happen. This is most likely a go. And guys, honestly, at the same time, Dana White publicly pushed back a little bit, but Dana said that no contract has officially been signed yet, and no opponent has been announced. Okay, now that's Dana White also being very, very careful, very strategic, meticulous. He doesn't want to give away anything, and honestly, that little gap between what Ariel Helwani is saying, what Dana White is saying, that's where the story gets a little bit interesting, because a lot of people are starting to read between the lines. And I mean, honestly, this seems like a normal fight announcement and kind of more like a very delicate business negotiation that's kind of happening in the public realm. But all of that matters, and it matters big time, right? Because remember, Conor McGregor, probably one of the biggest names in MMA. I mean, he hasn't fought since like 2021 when he broke his ankle against Dustin Poirier. And I mean, that's almost 5 years away from active competition by that time, or by the time this fight happens. That's saying a lot. But I mean, for him to potentially be coming back July 11th, that's right around the corner, guys. And I mean, look, since then, the UFC has changed a lot. It's evolved, it's grown. The sport overall has changed. The market has changed. Fighters' attitudes have changed. Promoters have changed. A lot has changed. But somehow, the Notorious One is still the biggest attraction when it comes to MMA. And the craziest part about all this, guys, even after the injuries, even after the inactivity, I mean, even after all the controversy, put all of that aside for a second. Just put it all aside for a second. Nobody in MMA generates the kind of attention that the Notorious One himself, Conor McGregor, commands, because he gets it. And the UFC knows it, the fans know it. Look, I'm not trying to toot his horn. Whether you like him, you hate him, it doesn't matter. But the reason this comeback is so significant, especially financially significant, it's happening all on International Fight Week. I mean, this is supposed to feel massive, and it's going to be massive. And if this is the UFC showcase event, big crowds, big media, big sponsors, big money, big hype, this is what they want. And if Conor headlines that card, the UFC instantly is going to get mainstream attention globally, okay? And in a way, very, very few fighters can actually deliver, but Conor McGregor can do it. Whether the fans love him, hate him, as I just alluded to earlier, people stop and pay attention when it comes to the Notorious One. Now, don't forget Max Holloway, all right? He's a fascinating choice. Max Holloway is an impeccable fighter. I mean, the guy, I mean, he's 34 years old now, right? And when these two first fought back in like 2013, yikes, they were in completely different places when, respectfully, in their careers. Conor won that fight by unanimous decision, you know, in the featherweight division, and a lot's happened. But that version of Max Holloway today is not the same young prospect from back in the day. I mean, we're talking about, this is a former champion, probably one of the greatest featherweights ever, a proven legend, you know, who has insane volume. His cardio is top, it's elite level. His octagon, his cage IQ, next level. But I mean, yeah, this matchup is very risky. It's a big, huge gamble. I mean, especially if this is Conor's comeback fight, not an easy fight, guys. Very, very dangerous. I mean, to the contrary, he better be careful, because Max fights at a pace where most people break internally, all right? And after such a long layoff, guys, I mean, we really don't know what Conor looks like physically, mentally. But I mean, 5 hard rounds against elite pressure, that's probably going to be the biggest mystery here. I mean, Conor showed some glimpses of him fighting in a boxing match recently, but that's different, guys, right? I mean, no left hand here, no trash talk, no press conferences. I mean, this is a whole different animal. Conor's cardio's got to be right up there, okay? His durability's got to be impeccable. His timing has got to be flawless. His footwork, his speed. I mean, these are the things that people are going to be watching attentively like a hawk. But these are also going to be the questions that are going to be surrounding Conor McGregor's comeback return. And that's why this fight on many, many fronts makes it so compelling, because for the first time in a long time, there's absolutely real uncertainty around Conor inside the cage. And a lot of people agree with that, right? Now, around this point, there's probably another layer here to peel that very few people have identified. The question comes down to is, why Max? Why Max Holloway? Because, I mean, if the UFC wanted a safe comeback fight for Conor McGregor, there's definitely a lot of easier options, much easier options for Conor McGregor Why Max Holloway? He's a dangerous fighter. And Max Holloway, he brings a lot of different skill sets to the table, man. He's very, he could, he could be a surprise. He could be a mystery in itself. If Conor beats Max Holloway, July 11th, suddenly the UFC has a real star back in title contention and conversation immediately, without question. And it will change a lot of things. It's going to change the narrative and the perspective. And guess what? A lot of people are going to be gunning for Conor McGregor. The pay-per-view numbers, future title fights, media attention, sponsorship coverage. Leverage. I talk about these things all the time. The UFC could instantly build forward massive fights all over again just by having the Notorious One headline one of their cards. Remember where combat sports is right now, right? It's built around the stars, not the division. All right? Look at boxing, MMA. I mean, both of these entities are evolving like nobody's business. The UFC has a lot of great champions right now, but there are very, very few fighters who've been able to cross over to mainstream celebrity status like Conor McGregor has. And he still has it. He still does. And that's one of the biggest compelling factors in this whole thing. It's not just about this one fight that he's going to have against Max Holloway, because on the other side of this, I mean, think about what this means for Max, what this could spell. Because look, Max, guys, is risking a lot here. He's risking, there's legacy on the line. I mean, if Max loses, I mean, people are going to say that, yeah, he just never had Conor's number. Conor always had his number. But if he wins, he definitely becomes the man who officially closes Conor McGregor's comeback. And his comeback chapter for good. Like, that'll be the end of that. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's huge legacy value. And honestly, I mean, Max may quietly be in one of the strongest negotiating spots of his entire career right now because of this possible fight that he might be locked into come July 11th, International Fight Week, against the man he's fought before, but many, many years ago, none other than Conor McGregor. So, look, they need credibility right now attached to Conor's name. Big risky move here by the UFC, by Conor. I mean, and having Max's name in there, he's no cakewalk, guys. Look, even Conor today is definitely the headline, but Max may actually hold more leverage than people realize. And that's the business side of things, guys. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to understand, there's so much that the fans never see, right? We hear the storylines, people like myself and many others who talk about these kind of stories and bring them out in the open. But I mean, there's another interesting detail that a lot of people miss, including myself. I mean, Ariel Helwani himself hinted that the UFC could announce this fight before UFC Freedom 250 White House card. And that's a big deal, guys, because that tells you that the company wants this rollout to feel very big, very massive, not just another fight announcement, because this is, guys, this is the guy who pretty much built the house of UFC. This is going to be a cultural event, mainstream sports moment. I mean, there's a lot riding on the line. And look, when Conor activates, the UFC operates differently. You know, this could be a match made in heaven, or it could completely go south, right? I mean, it all also depends on the media, how the media reacts, because, you know, promotions change, and the energy around the promotion and the marketing and the hype can change. You know, love him, hate him, Conor McGregor still has the industry bending backwards for him, and honestly, that says a lot about the current state of MMA and the media and everything. But at the end of the day, if the media feels like they've outgrown you, that's it. They're done. You're cut off. The world of combat sports MMA has grown so massively. I mean, but now they're looking for that next crossover megastar. But Conor McGregor is still there. So the real story underneath all of this is that the UFC has many great champions, and Conor is still the business engine that continues to push forward. And I mean, at least for now, but I mean, if this fight between him and Holloway comes to fruition July 11th, I mean, it's not just going to be about whether Conor McGregor can beat Max Holloway. It's going to be about whether the UFC can successfully bring back one of the biggest mega attraction stars that the sport has ever seen years after, many, many years after he's been away from the cage. And if, look, telling you guys right now, I'll write it in stone, if Conor wins, the entire landscape as we know it is going to change like that overnight. But if he loses, this will signal one of the end, well, it will signal the end of Conor McGregor's return very fast, very quickly, and suddenly. Nobody's even going to really talk about it. And so that's why this matters more than what a lot of people think. It's a big risk. Big risk for Conor, big risk for Max, big risk for the UFC, and big risk for us, guys, as fans. Because, I mean, a lot of us have watched Conor McGregor from the beginning and watched him rise up the ranks, and whether you like him or hate him, you have to respect what he's been able to accomplish in the octagon. He's had so many battles, you know, so many unbelievable battles. He has a lot on his resume. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you guys. I want to hear your thoughts, your comments. Is Conor McGregor still relevant in the fight game? Do you want to see Conor McGregor fight again? And do you think a fight between him and Max Holloway is the right kind of fight? Or do you think it's not challenging enough or too challenging for the notorious one? I want to hear your thoughts and comments, guys. Please don't forget to smash a like and subscribe. Check out our sponsors here. I've got lots that I need to talk about our sponsors. I'm going to have to put that together in an upcoming video. But definitely hype this video if you can. And if you want to support our channel financially, there's ways to do it just by clicking the thanks button, and whatever donation is comfortable for you is totally okay with us. In fact, we'd be very grateful for your support. Your support goes a long way in helping us continue to pump out these videos like we do on a daily basis. So thanks again for sticking around, guys. The pleasure was all mine. I can't wait to meet up with you guys again in tomorrow's video. In the meantime and in between time, relax, have an ice cream, enjoy, get out there, watch some old MMA. Actually, YouTube would probably want you to watch one of these two videos. I think that's what I'm going to do right after this. We'll see you guys tomorrow.